Here we are on page 2 of the third quarter review. Let's start at question number 4. Looks like we're going to verify some identities. If you remember from this section, we have a little bit higher standard for our substitutions on this section and showing our work. So let's see if I can do these showing all the work that I'm supposed to. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this as cosine x times the cotangent, which is the cosine over the sine. So I'm going to rewrite that. And then plus the sine x. And that's equal to the cosecant x. Now I'm going to extend my fraction bar, and I want to make a common denominator here with the sine. So I'm going to multiply this guy top and bottom by sine. So let's see if I can do that. Sine x. And so when I do that, this side stays my cosecant. And over here I get cosine squared x over the sine. Over the sine plus sine squared x over sine. Now I got the common denominator. I'm going to rewrite it over the common denominator. So I'm going to have cosine plus sine x squared all over the sine, which is equal to the cosecant, which it started to be. And I know that the sine squared plus cosine squared, commutative property, I can write them the other way. That's equal to 1 over the sine x, which is the cosecant, which is equal to the cosecant. Let's try the next one. Here we have the cotangent, and so I'm going to rewrite that as cotangent. I'm going to leave it as a cotangent. But this guy, the secant, is the whole side of an identity. So I'm going to rewrite that as 1 plus the tangent squared. And then this minus 1 comes down also. And on this side, I know I'm not normally doing this, but I showed one in class where we simplified this to 1 because sine times cosine, or cosecant. The cosecant is just 1 over the sine, so sine times 1 over sine is just 1. Over here, I'm going to simplify then let's simplify the 1 and the negative 1, and I'm going to get the cotangent squared times the tangent squared, and that's equal to 1. And let's rewrite cotangent as 1 over the tangent times the tangent squared, and rewrite that again as tangent squared over tangent squared, which is equal to 1. And I think we're done. 1 equals 1. Let's try the next one. Looks like we're going to be doing some half angle down here. We got a double angle, a bunch of double angles. Let's see if we can draw the thing, and looks like when they tell us it's between 280 or 180 and 270 that we are in the third quadrant. So I'm going to draw me in the third quadrant. Here's my triangle. We'll put U in here. And we know that the sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse. So this guy is -3, and the hypotenuse here is 5. And if I use my Pythagorean theorem, I know that this is going to be a -4 because we're going to the left. So let's find our sine. Well, our sine is already here. Our tangent is going to be our opposite over our adjacent, so -3 over -4, which simplifies to just 3/4. And then let's do the sine of 2u. The sine of 2u, if we go to our identity sheet, says that sine of 2u is equal to 2 times the sine times the cosine of u. Don't forget your u's because the sine means nothing without an angle reference. So let's plug in what those are. I know that my sine they gave me here is negative 3/5. And our cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, negative 4/5. If I multiply negative times negative, 2 times 3 times 4, I get 24 over 25. Down here, I'm going to do the tangent of 2u. If I go to my double angle formula, that says that I'm going to be putting in 2 times the tangent, which is 3/4. And that's divided by 1 minus the 3/4 squared. Now, if we want to simplify that, we're going to get 2 simplifies with the 4. And on top, I get the 3/2. And then on the bottom, I get 1 minus 9/16. I'm going to write that as 16/16. So 16 minus the 9/16 gives me 7/16. And instead of dividing, I'm going to take 3/2 times the 16/7. And I'm going to simplify a little bit and get 3 times 8 is my 24 over 7. Now let's do the cosecant of 2 theta. Well, the cosecant is the reciprocal of the sine. So if I go up here and write it the reciprocal, I get the 25 over 24. Now let's do the half-angle tangent formula. Half-angle formulas are the ones in the box in the upper right-hand side of your identity sheet. And it says the sine of u over 1 plus the cosine of u. Well, we know both the sine and cosine. Our sine is negative 3/5. And our cosine, I think we use that over here, is negative 4/5. So we're going to go 1 plus negative 4/5. And I get negative 3/5 divided by, looks like I'm going to write the 1 as 5/5. 5 minus 4/5 gives me 1/5, which is the same as negative 3/5 times 5 over 1, which gives me negative 3. All right, good luck.